A couple of years ago, I was able to take my first mountain lion with Trey McDaniel. Since that hunt, the time spent with Trey and his dogs in the mountains have quickly become some of my favorite hunting memories. I've become enamored with the group of people known as Houndsmen, who spend their winters in cold, remote places chasing after one sound. This video is brought to you by Kudu Outdoor Products. For this trip, I joined Trey for the last few days of Montana's Bobcat season. He had been in camp running for the better part of 2 months at this point, and it was time for one more big push to try and find a big tom bobcat.
Today's Saturday. We only have about 3 days left of bobcat season in this area, but it's been windy as heck the last 3 days and we haven't really done much, but we finally had a good night. We got a little snow, just a skiff down low anyways. But we're gonna head out and hopefully get some cats treated today. Should be a perfect day for it. Here's Diamond. What up? What up? Here's the bobcat track. I made a little loop about a mile down the road and split off kind of the way he was heading, and he didn't cross yet. So looks like a pretty good track. There was no snow in it when I found it. It just kind of started snowing. It's coming down good now. All right. Get him on the track. Come on, pups. Come on. Rafe, come here. Go get him, Joke. Well, these two dogs that I dumped are pretty quiet on tracks, but yeah, Joker and Rafe kind of started hooking to the right. Joker and Rafe already 200 yards almost. The pups, they're not sure what's going on. They're moving it good. Too bad the pups didn't stick with them, but it takes a lot of practice. Says Rafe's opening up.
What's that mean?
He's barking. It'll tell you on here if they're barking, or if they're sitting, or if they're treed. But they're 283. They're moving pretty quick. The pups are off. Might have to help them out a little bit.
These dogs aren't opening, but they're acting like they're trailing a cat.
Yeah, it does.
Travel.
The train is coming. Should we go get lunch going?
Ooh, get to them.
Sweet. Well, they're treed. Rafe did a little loop and said treed, but I think it's only about 100 yards off the road, so we're gonna eat some burgers and pull right up to the tree pretty much. You gotta love those ones. All the rest of the dogs are getting there.
As we make our way through the forest and the snow, my first mental goal is to hear the dogs. Once you can hear those distant barks, the sound pulls you in. The closer you draw to it, it feels like the timber has the sound wrapped up, and you pull your way through the trees to see what's inside.
Well, we had a bobcat up this tree. They were treed here for quite a while, and I don't know what, a bunch of pups kind of messed things up. We thought that cat went down to the road, got on our tracks, and took off, and the dogs were pretty confused, but they had it up there the whole time. We'll probably just get all these dogs trained for a while, and you know, you want the dogs to stay there as long as you can. Get used to staying there on their own, because then if they start coming back to you, it kind of screws everything up. We might just keep running and looking for some more tracks. Still, I don't know what time it is even. 2:45, so we still got 3 hours of light. We might catch something on the way out, you never know.
Luckily for this cat, it had treed in an area that had already met the quota of bobcats to be killed. The prize from this tree was to enjoy the cat's presence and soak in the moment. However, as we looped our way back to the snow machines, we cut another track and turned the dogs loose with high hopes for a double bobcat day.
You mean where the cat came from?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right down the way they went.
I bet that thing did come up here. They probably came up here and went back. That's where the angle are going now, isn't it? Back out.
Do you think you would be running in that shallow snow?
What we were given in the second tree is one of the coolest wildlife moments that I've been fortunate enough to film. An animal that not a lot of people actually lay eyes on, in the top of a tree with a blue sky behind it. A moment that makes all of the cold, sweat, and misery worth it. It was hard to believe a day could be so perfect. The weather was nice, the dogs performed well, and we couldn't have asked for a better setup with this bobcat. The good Lord had a plan for us this day, and to say that I was thankful is an understatement. However, I was about to learn the other side of the emotional spectrum in the coming days.
We're gonna go hit some stuff. Some of the stuff we hit yesterday. It's supposed to be super windy today. It's supposed to be like 31-mile-per-hour winds, but right now it's pretty dang nice. So we're gonna hopefully go find something that moved and get dumped on it and do it again, hopefully. Last 2 days of Bobcat season, so.
Being the second to last day of the season, we rode all day looking for a track. We covered 60 miles of trails without turning up a track that was fresh enough to chase. The only productive part of the day was teaching a very young dog a new trick.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on. See? It's not that bad. Come on. No. Seriously? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, see ya. See ya. Hold up. Hold up. Come on, Diamond. Hold up. Come on. Come on. Is that tough or what?
On the last day of the season, we were set up for success when Trey spotted a fresh track early and not far from camp.
Just on the track over here. We've been running this road for the last 3-4 days. It's a fresh kitty, fresh bobcat. It's a lot closer to the truck than we expected. We've only made it about 3-4 miles down the road. Yesterday we put on 60 miles and didn't even find a cat track. A couple old cats, but we'll go back and get the dogs and get a race going. And it's supposed to be like 40 degrees today, so that's gonna be awesome. Those pups are going nuts. This cat came across the road a couple times here and we didn't really know which way he was going for sure. But looks like they're lining out pretty good. But they're almost 200 yards already and they're going straight down, so it's looking good. Last day of Bobcat season. I've been chasing them all season. It's been a good year. So it all kind of started back in like probably the 7th grade. My dad had a buddy that had a hound, and we would go with him every now and again and really never get anything treed. But one time we found a cat track. We kind of ran it half the day and the dog didn't really know what was going on. And we had ran into some other houndsmen and they're like, okay, we'll go run it together. We kind of told them where the track went. And they had 2 trucks and they pulled down the road and blocked us off and kept going and dumped their dogs. And I was like, God, someday I'm gonna get dogs. I came back from Williston after high school, worked in the oil field for about a year, and came back to my hometown and picked up some dogs. And right in the middle of lion season, I had some pups and I just took them line hunting and got them on tracks, and they didn't know what the heck was going on, but I don't know what happened, but I just got fully consumed in this hound stuff and I just started buying pups and training them, and now I have like 11 dogs, and been really into the bobcats, and I love to hunt, so it turns my winter into pretty much a whole hunting season. And the whole year, basically, I'm trying to do some hunting. Between the elk and the cat hunting, I would probably pick the cat hunting just because you can hunt for 4 months at least, you know, cats, and then you can hunt coons all summer. And I just enjoy watching these dogs work and watching these pups grow up and turn into hunting machines. They're 400 yards right now, but last day of bobcat season here. Let's try to get this. Oh, what do we got here? Popping up some trees here. Well, we could run down to that other road, Joe, and get in on the sound a little more.
Yeah.
Get on this race. I can hear them. Still moving. They're all sticking together, which is good. Hopefully those old dogs are teaching those pups something. That canyon down there is kind of where we've been running in the morning, so if they keep going too much further down this valley, we'll loop around and get in front of them, or hopefully get a little closer to them anyways. But we figured out along the way that you start walking after your dogs right away, you're gonna be walking for a long time. So we kind of hold tight, wait for the dogs to commit to a tree, and then try to find the closest spot to them, and then start walking. So you can see Rafe in the front. He was barking, but when he usually gets him jumped, he usually pulls ahead real quick. He's just fast. They must be right on him. 900 yards. Those cats will loop and get right on their back track and just start running and looping, and those bobcats are pretty good at tricking these dogs every now and again. We might be walking a little bit today. They're kind of heading into roadless stuff. Well, they're staying treed, and they've been holding there for a while now. Keep losing them on and off, but I think we'll end up driving around, and it'll be about just over a mile instead of a mile and a half. Well, the dogs keep working down this valley, so we're gonna make a big loop and get on around in front of them, and there's a trail over there, so we're gonna try to walk up that trail and get in on the action again. Hopefully they have it treed by then. So here we go. Just over 3/4 of a mile we wrapped around them, and we're still in the same spot where they were saying treed a little bit ago, but they're kind of running around acting like they're not treed. Kind of looks like they're just looking all over for a tree, but can't find any out tracks. So I guess we'll start hiking in, and hopefully by the time we get there, they have something up a tree. I think either way is gonna suck. Three-quarters of a mile sounds easy, but knee-deep snow and postal on the whole way. It's tough. Yeah, I really think they have it in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Just because they keep like running around looking for it, but they keep going back to that same area and they bark for a while, and I'm not really completely sure, but one of my dogs keeps staying there. I guess only one way to find out. Just over a half a mile. Well, we're gaining on them. They're about 900 yards. 38 yards. 225 now. Only 160 yards. 100 yards. Right up there on top. Yards, it says. Where's he at? Where's he at? Go get him. Where's he at? No, there's nothing there. They sure think he's up there. Is he in there? No. Where's he at, Yak? Where's he at? Not looking good. I don't know what happened, but sure is a lot of holes and caves. I'm sure he's in a hole somewhere, or this was real frozen last night and he was still walking on top too much. I don't know. But the dogs, Yak's over there bedded down already, so they give up. I couldn't tell you, but I'm guessing, my guess is in a hole somewhere. The shitty part of bobcat hunting, you can go in a hole.
A few months prior to this hunt, I was filming for a guy in the Brooks Range of Alaska on his third attempt to harvest a Dall sheep. One afternoon he said sheep hunting is tough. So tough that you work so hard for it that you feel like you're entitled to a sheep. But that's not what the Brooks Range is about. That statement caught up to me again here on this lonely knob. On the hike in, I had pictured in my mind all of the cool shots I was going to get of Trey harvesting a big tom bobcat, only to have those preconceived notions dashed when we finally made it to the dogs. In a weird way, I'm thankful for days like this, the days that suck and offer no reward for your troubles. If being a houndsman were easy, everyone would be out with their dogs. But the fact that it takes a certain type of person makes it an art and a craft. The fortitude to work through the days where man and dog alike leave the mountain defeated. These qualities are the setup for success, to gain memories that most other people will never be able to cherish.